start with Manuel Medina.
Hello, Coach. This is Manuel Medina from TJ Sports in Mexico. Your team is going against the highest ranking team in the CONCACAF in these preliminaries, which is Haiti. How do you feel about that? And if it's a lot of pressure for you guys, or it's just going to be one final, it doesn't matter who the rival is. It's just one final more to go to the Gold Cup. Thank you.
Good evening. Yes, obviously we're up against Haiti. We played them 2 years ago. Felt we should have got something out of that match. So we'll be up against them. Like you said, it's a one-off game. We have to leave everything on the pitch. Give it all we got.
Earl Baston.
Hi, Coach. Obviously, we have played them, as you said, 2 years ago. What did you learn about them and over the last 2 years that you can actually try to attack a weakness that you've seen in them?
Yeah, looking at them, we looked at their tapes a couple of times, and they're strong. They play a couple different ways. They can wear you down with the ball. They wear you down without the ball. So we just have to be mentally ready and know the areas that we want to attack them. And, we've done some work on that, and hopefully we get it right. We take our chances. The last match we didn't take our chances against them. We're hoping that we could take our chances this time.
Michelle Kaufman.
Hi, Coach. I wanted to ask you, I hope I missed the first question, so I hope you didn't answer this already. Haiti has a huge local following. There are a lot of Haitian fans, a huge Haitian community in South Florida. Can you talk about that and what kind of atmosphere you expect for this game?
I expect the atmosphere to be good because, like you said, they have a huge following in this area. I mean, we're used to it. Other teams having more spectators in the stadium, but that's no problem for us. We just have to be ready, mentally ready, physically ready, and willing to fight for it.
Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, hi, Coach. You mentioned you didn't take your chances last time. If you had taken them, it would have been quite different. I mean, two parts to this, really. Obviously, Naki is crucial to that with the goals that he was scoring. He's had a great season in England, and he's obviously brought that immediately with him into your last game. Is he the only, do you see him as your best option? Can you score goals from elsewhere? The second question is, do you think you are much improved since the last time you met Haiti? Is that going to be a bit of a level up if the Barbados game would suggest that?
Yeah, I think we have other players that can score, yes. Naki, he scores bulk of our goals, but there are other people that are willing to score, to step up. We had a couple players that didn't play the other night, so they wouldn't know anything about them. So, we have players that can score. And, what was the second part to your question?
Paul, go ahead again. Can you ask your second part of the question?
Do you think you are a better team than when you last played Haiti?
I think we've got a little bit more experience. Yes, we've been together for a longer period. We didn't have this team for the World Cup. We had made 10 changes from our World Cup squad. So we brought our more experienced players back. And our players understand how we want to play. So, I think we're a little bit more experienced.
Thank you.
Ernest Ducler, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, Coach. I'm Ernest Duclos from Media Tupatu. But my question for you, play your last 5 games, the result was horrible. And then recently you said you was waiting for 2 years to to play against Haiti. That's mean to take your revenge. So there is some change on your squad, or you have some change on your squad?
I don't quite understand the question.
Okay, your last 5 games, the result against Suriname and some other team was very bad. Is it the same team that play against Suriname that's gonna play tomorrow against Haiti?
No. No, that will not be the same team. If you look at our team against Barbados and our last match, that's 9 different players from that game.
Earl Boston.
Coach, again, after the other night, how do we look to shape up for this particular match, as we've spoken already that it's considered a final?
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 sessions since our last match. We'll put that to bed. We know we need to come out and do it all over again. It's going to be a tough ask for us. We're going to ride our luck a little bit. We need to ride our luck a little bit, I should say. But I want that, we're going for the victory. That's what we need to do. Play front foot football and may the best team win.
Any further questions? Earl Boston, last question.
Okay. Hey, Coach, I asked you some time ago about that hunger look, and it looked as if it had returned the other night. Now you've had these 2 training sessions. Do you see that hunger look in those players' eyes now?
Yes, I do, and I especially see it from the players that didn't play the other night. They look hungry, they look ready. They're pushing the guys that started. So that's what we want. Everyone fighting for a spot. Expect a few changes tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time.
Thank you.
We will continue the press conference with Baker Lewis from Team Bermuda. Earl Boston, go ahead.
Zico, you've had kind of a start at Charleston Battery throughout for the early part of the season, but how does that shape you up to be prepared to help Bermuda move into the group stage of the Gold Cup?
It helps me in a big way. When I started off pretty strong with my team, so I got a knack for scoring and being around the goal more, which I feel like it's improved over the years as time's gone by. But also the fact that I'm already started my season and I'm a couple of games in gave me my match fitness that I was looking for, that I needed to have in order to perform at the level that was required of me.
Michelle Kaufman.
Hi. Can you talk about what you expect from Haiti? What are the biggest challenges that team poses for you? Thank you.
Well, Haiti has a lot of threats. They can attack from wide, they can attack through the middle. So we expect them to come with a mixed bag. Same way how we can switch up our tactics on the go, I'm sure they can do the exact same. So I think this game's going to come down to really a game of who wants it more, whether it's who's going to do that one extra sprint. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how they shape up because we still have to play them no matter how they shape up.
Andre Yanis.
Hi, continuing with the last question, I wanted to ask you, what was the most interesting thing you saw from the games? I'm sure you had an opportunity to watch the games on Saturday. And would you say that this is one of the most interesting games we're going to have tomorrow between you guys and Haiti because of the way that you guys played? Thank you.
Well, no matter what game we play, we always want to have an interesting game and we want to go out there and stamp our authority and our identity, really. in whatever game you play. We're a free-flowing attacking team. You want to get out there and do the exact same thing. It's pretty much the Bermudian way.
Any last question? Earl Baston, go ahead.
Zico, can you hear me? Okay. Zico, how important is it for us to get a good start tomorrow, possibly an early goal or two, to settle those nerves and kind of put them on the back foot?
It's important to start every game on the front foot. You know, it kind of dictates the way that the game will go. Getting an early goal will be a bonus, but if we can put them under pressure, it allows us to build more confidence over the game. So just got to go out there and do what we got to do. Because if we get an early goal, that's only going to propel us. But we can't, that's not going to be our end goal. Our end goal is to win the game. So you can start as strong as you want, but if you can't finish out the game, it makes a big difference in the long run.
All right, one last question, Michelle Kaufman, go ahead.
Hi again. One last thing. What would it mean for you personally and for the Bermuda team to win tomorrow and make the Gold Cup field? Can you just talk about the big picture?
Well, from our last Gold Cup, we still have a little bit of a bitter taste of it. We feel like we could have not gave a lot more. I think we gave everything we had, but we feel as though we could have done better. So making it back's something that we really want to do, for one, but also for exposure for our country. Not only is it getting eyes on our country, but it encourages the younger people to come out, support, and want to follow in our footsteps. Give them a role and an opportunity that some of us haven't had before. Just getting eyes on the island is going to help us progress and grow as a footballing nation.